you go into the Act, there is a limitation as to how the central bank can supply money directly to government. That's about 5% of previous year's revenue. To some extent, if you stick to the IMF program we had the last time, then you have to look at, the expected revenue instead of previous revenue. So in this case, there's a limitation. And there's a reason for that, and the economic reason for that. The economic reason is that supplying money directly to government, the government has a perspective which has, political undertone. So monies will be supplied, but these monies may end up into sectors to fuel political activities, not necessarily being productive. But then the other channel, which is the monetary corridors, looking at channeling the funds through the banks, lowering interest rate, banks taking up the funds at a lower rate, and then passing it on into the economy at further lower rate. So you have interest rate structures in the economy being lowered. And as a result of that, the banks have the capacity, because they have been lending to the public, to determine which sectors of the economy are doing well. Because if they lent last year, they lent previous year, and they are keeping their records, they know where the defaults are. And if there's a default, it tells you that, those sectors are not sectors that you're supposed to lend to. So the overemphasis of lending to the government is what we're looking at. So I would say that, yes, indeed, the topic looks quite debatable, having a central bank, because if you look at central banks, they are built to be resilient. They are built to be lender of a last resort. They hope all things lost, we go to the central bank for a rescue. But do we have a central bank that we can rely on to say that at the end of the day, we need a rescue from you? The central bank itself is recording losses on its balance sheet. And I ask myself, anytime there is an economic crisis, you fall on a central bank. In Americas, they fall on the Fed. And if they fall on the Fed, how do they get money into the economy? It's through the monetary channels, through the interest rate structures, through the banking corridors, so that monies will get to where they're supposed to be. Before the meeting, I was having a discussion with Minority Leader. We talk about diffusion, how monies can diffuse equally, so that it will get to the sectors of the economy that can be effective. So we're looking at this situation. But do we have, a central bank that is keeping to this ideal, core activities of a typical central bank? We don't have it.